Starting temperature 20.1 degrees, 20.1. And the starting mileage is 55055, 55055. Oh, it's really starting to flurry here. Should I be worried about that or what? Man, holy shit, that's slippery. Hey YouTube, it's gentlemansnine. I'm out for my first polar bear ride, heading home. I thought it'd be safer if I was on the interstate because the roads would be more clear, but they're not. Of course, it looks fine here, but it's all wet and I don't trust any of it, because any of this could be ice and I wouldn't know it. I had actually on the on-ramp to the interstate, it's a gradual turn, and as I came up to it, there's this truck coming, and I had the right of way, but I was trying to slow down, and what happened is I was very lightly pulling my rear brake, and I could tell I was slipping, so whether it was my rear wheel locking up or me just slipping, either way, not good. So I took the interstate and I'm heading back now, because I have no idea what it's like near work, and better safe than sorry. So I'm on Facebook, so is my wife, Jenny. Excuse me. And I had made an observation like a couple weeks ago that when I post a picture or something, I get, maybe 10 likes, whatever. But when Jenny does it, especially if Jenny posts a picture of me and her one picture got like 65 likes or something, which is crazy. And I'm like, wow, look at all the likes. And Jenny said, well, actually most of them are yours. And I'm like, well, that can't be, that's all on your wall. I looked, and you know what? Actually, most of them are people I know. And people know about it because I was tagged in the picture. So it kind of came, we were talking about it, and I said, excuse me, or she had said that I have a lot of friends, and I'm like, well, not really, because I might know all these people, but I'm not really friends with them. I mean, I might have known them in the past, or I worked with them in the past, but I don't really talk to them today. So does that really make us friends, that I used to talk to them in the past, but not anymore? Speaking of the past, I didn't really... So a lot of people have regrets. They kind of wish they did something different, or they said this, or they did that, and... Don't get me wrong, I think the same thing. Sometimes I wish I could go back in time and do this, or say that, or whatever. But in reality, that's probably not the best of things, because if I tried to change my past, my present wouldn't be the way it is today. And to be honest with you, so some of these people, after she had said this, I was going back and looking at, some of these people, and I don't really look at it all that much, or at least in detail, and I started going back in history. And some people post, just random pictures and jokes and that kind of stuff, but some people actually talk a little bit about their lives. And I kind of came to a conclusion, like I said, that my life ain't all that bad. If you only focus on like the negative things in your life, then your life will be bad. But if you actually think about the good things, there's actually a lot of good things that happened to me. So I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful for that. And I know for me growing up, I don't know if people knew this, but I was very, I don't want to, in my mind, I was depressed. So, and I want to be careful how I say that, because I know there's other people that are clinically depressed or whatever, but in my mind, I was very depressed. Things never went the way I wanted them to. I got picked on a lot. I was different than everybody, and I spent my whole life trying to be the person that other people wanted. So, for example, if you're dating people, and I dated back in high school, and if you're talking about, in my mind, you're turning or you're just pretending. So if you take a person who is on the inside very introverted and depressed, and then you go through this whole dating cycle, and at some point you break up. Well, that just compounds on the negative stuff. So, you know, back then I was very, very not happy. I don't know, people might have thought that I looked happy on the outside, but I really wasn't. And going back, do I wish I was happy? Well, of course, looking back, I wish I was happy, but if I was happy, then a lot of things today probably wouldn't be the way they are. And I think what that taught me, and don't get me wrong, it took me a long time to learn this stuff. So do I have a lot of regrets? Yes, I do. Would I want to go back and change them? No. For the people today that I have regrets for in the past, I should really buck up and say I'm sorry for whatever back then. But you know, it was over 20 years ago. Probably doesn't really apply anymore. Do I wish I could change things? Sometimes yes, but in reality, no, because if I changed it, I wouldn't be where I am today. You know, one of the bad things about these action cameras is you can't really see what I'm seeing. And if you look forward, or maybe you can, it looks foggy up there. That's because that's all snow. Here, see, look at it. Can you see this stuff? I don't know if you can see it. Snow. This is what it's doing. On and off. Look at this, it's worse. I wonder if there's anybody looking at me going, man, that guy's nuts. I'm like pussyfooting it. I'm a big wuss. I can't tell if it's slippery, man. Look at this. Whew. Yeah, don't trust any of this. Oh, shit. Ending mileage 55084, 55084. And here, you guys can see what I have exited. All right, off to work in the car.